What's going on, guys? It's been a minute since I've made any kind of video like this, but just thought that I'd like to shoot a little bit of film today, and I got a little inspired by Valandis's video of him shooting his last roll of the Fuji Pro400. So I've got some Fuji Pro400 here. I've got two rolls that I'm going to shoot in my Pentax 6x7. After this, I think I'll have three more rolls. They are expired. They expired in 2015, but they've been kept in a pretty decent place. They've been kept in the fridge, kind of kept at good temperature. So hopefully it won't be too bad, and hopefully we can still get some nice pictures out of it. So I'm just gonna go for my normal walk that I take in my neighborhood, take a few pictures and see what we can't make. I had honestly kind of forgotten how fun and how good it felt to actually load this camera with film. So now I'm even more excited. I just got it loaded up. The first roll I think I'm gonna shoot at 200 ISO because it's still it's not bright outside, but the sun is setting. So I think by the time I get down to where I'm gonna finish and turn around walking, I think I'll be done with the first roll, and then I'll load in the second one and probably shoot it at 400. So here we go. One thing that I've definitely noticed after taking a break with medium format is I'm going through my 10 shots kind of fast, and I've barely even walked out of my neighborhood. So it's definitely something to consider. I've only really been shooting 35mm for I guess the past month and a half now. And I mean, I love 35mm, but it feels good to be back with medium format. I just kind of need to readjust my brain to tell myself I only have 10 shots on a single roll. I will definitely say I am falling back in love with this camera again. Just the way that it feels, the sound that it makes when you take your picture, it's genuinely my absolute favorite camera that I own, and I honestly think it'll probably be my favorite camera that I'll ever own. I love this Pentax. I will say the one thing that I kind of forgot about with this camera is once you have your f-stop over 8 or so, in my opinion, it seems a little hard to really see what the focus is. I guess because it feels like it's not infinity just yet, but it starts to feel like it's getting there. So it almost feels like it's kind of hard to really start finding the right focus. And I feel like I just keep focusing and I really can't find it, but I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Maybe my eyes are bad. So two things. One thing, like I said earlier, I haven't shot medium format in a little while, so I'm going through my roll a lot faster than I normally would. I'm still slowing down and kind of thinking about my shots a little bit more and trying to decide, is that worth it? Is it not worth it? But I'm having a hard time thinking no, that's not worth it, and I'm just taking the photo. So I'm almost already through my first roll, which is okay because I've gotten down to this little spot here. I'm just gonna keep walking up a little bit more. There's not much more up that way that I really wanna shoot. So I may not even shoot this second roll. It just kind of depends on what I see when I walk back up. If there's anything that catches my eye, then I might take one or two photos. The sun's still not really setting all that much right now. So I probably won't shoot the second roll at 400 like I initially planned. It'll probably also be pulled down to 200. I'm gonna sit down right here real quick and I'm gonna change out the roll. And like I said, the sun hasn't set too much, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot the other roll and at 200 instead of 400. So I'm really indecisive, and since it's expired, I really didn't know what to do. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and end up shooting this at 400. Okay, so it's been a second since I've actually done a clip. I went into the Holiday Inn. You could just see that I just walked past in the background there. I went into their parking lot thinking that maybe there would be a different view of the barn, and there was in the parking lot, but I also found this guy sitting on the bed of like his work truck smoking and just kind of hanging out listening to music. And I asked him if he would be okay with me taking his photo. Now that's kind of a big step for me because I don't usually do photos of strangers. I'm usually a little too nervous and too awkward to ask if it's okay if I take their photo, and he was super cool about it. He let me, so I have like 3 shots of him, and I hope that they turn out. Honestly, that's probably what I'm most excited for on this roll. I've got 2 more shots, and I'm almost back to my apartment now, so I'm just gonna keep walking, and if anything strikes my eye, then I'll take a picture. If not, I might just burn these 2 shots off, that way I can send this roll off and get those shots back of that guy, because I hope at least that they're gonna be awesome. So I'm sitting here editing this video and I just realized that I didn't film any kind of outro whatsoever, and it's been like months since I've shot these photos. But I'm really happy with the way that these shots turned out, even on expired film. I really love the photos of the guy sitting on the bed of his truck, just kind of hanging out and smoking, and I had a really good conversation with him, and I think that that was kind of like a bigger step for me to understand that it's not so nerve-wracking, or it doesn't have to be, at least, to ask somebody if you could take their photo. I'm happy with the way that these photos turned out in general. The expired made them kind of a little bit more grainy and a little bit more green than what I was really expecting, but from what I've seen and what I know so far from shooting film is that Fuji's kind of lean more towards the greenish and blue spectrum of color, and then Kodak films really kind of encompass the more yellows and oranges and reds almost. So I'm really happy with the way that everything turned out, and I just want to say I appreciate you guys watching the video, hanging out, staying this long. I know it's kind of different from the style of content that I usually upload on this channel, but I'm kind of like, I like cars still, but I'm kind of getting away from that kind of content, and I hope you guys are cool with that, and I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys like film. So thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, leave a comment down below and let me know what I should shoot next, or if you even gave a shit that I was shooting film. But I appreciate you watching, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.